Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Ask Coach Ruth. How are you all doing? I hope you're fine. I'm excited to be here with you on another episode. And today, as usual, we have questions that I am going to be answering. So before I start, let me remind you again that if you have questions that you want me to answer, just below the video, there's a link there. Click on the link, ask your questions. It's anonymous, so no one knows you are asking. And I get to answer your question in one of the episodes. So let's get into our questions today. The first question here says, how do you deal with a husband that flirts and cheats with ladies? So flirting and cheating is destructive to a marriage. It is completely unacceptable. So the question is not how do you deal? The question is, do you want to keep putting yourself in this kind of situation? So it is not healthy for you. It is not healthy for your mental health, for your emotional health. It is not healthy for the marriage if you are with a husband that consistently, because from this question, it looks like it is happening over and over again. I call it unrepentant cheating, meaning that they are flirting and cheating with ladies, like you said. So you want to decide whether you want to continue to stay and manage, this relationship that is definitely not healthy with your husband. And I know that is not what you want to do. So what I would advise you is to, first of all, have a conversation about your boundaries. Actually, this conversation should have happened even before you get married. But now you're married, it's okay. Have a conversation and let your husband know it is not acceptable to you. It is not something that you're willing to tolerate. So you're giving them an opportunity to get help. You want to let them know that there are consequences for their actions. So you want to give them opportunity to get help, opportunity to stop their affairs, opportunity to get counselor, to speak to a therapist. If there's a weakness they're dealing with, to speak to an accountability partner, to speak to someone that can, they can be accountable with, someone that can help them to grow, someone that can help them to stop this act of indiscipline. So you want to communicate those boundaries, those firm boundaries to your spouse, and let them know that you're giving them an opportunity to start to make amends. Now, when you communicate boundaries, it's not a guarantee that the boundaries will be held. So meaning that there also has to be consequences. So if they are not willing to get help, they're not willing to get counsel, they're not willing to be accountable, they're not willing to change, you have to make a decision. Do I want to continue to put myself in this kind of marriage? Do I want to stay here with a man that is consistently flirting and cheating with me? And I definitely know that your answer is not, your answer is not yes. So I would also encourage you to speak to a counselor that can walk you through the process. So if you make a decision and say you want to leave the marriage, if your husband is not sober, is not willing to get help, is not willing to change, if you make a decision that you want to leave the marriage, get a counselor involved, someone that will walk you through the decision. It's a major decision that you want to make. I have had couples who I have had to walk through with them through the process of leaving and ending a marriage. It's not always an easy process because there are a lot of things that could be involved. You could have kids, there will be financial issues and all of that. So get a counselor to walk you through if you decide that you are not going to continue to live in the marriage. Definitely, I do not agree. I do not advise anyone to continue to stay in a marriage where the spouse is continuously cheating and flirting without any form of remorse. That is not God's plan for marriage, and that is not helpful. That is not healthy for you and your emotional health. So this is the question that we have today. We're going to continue in the next episode. If you learned something about this question, about my response, drop a comment. I like to read from you. Let me hear from you. Let me know what you think. Let me also know where you're watching from. And we're going to continue in the next episode. Until then, enjoy yourself. Have a good day. Bye.